Why would the Philippines, a nation grappling with its own challenges, open its doors to Afghan refugees? What does this decision say about the Philippines' relationship with the United States? And what does it mean for the refugees themselves, caught in the crosshairs of global politics? In a surprising move, the Philippines has agreed to temporarily host Afghan refugees seeking resettlement in the United States. This decision, while still undergoing final approvals, signals a deepening partnership between the two nations. It also underscores the Philippines' commitment to humanitarian aid, a value deeply embedded in its history. The agreement, shrouded in a degree of secrecy, has sparked both curiosity and concern. While the exact number of refugees remains undisclosed, sources suggest it could be around 300 individuals. These Afghans, linked to the US government prior to the Taliban's resurgence, represent a fraction of those displaced by the tumultuous events of 2021. The decision, while welcomed by many, has also ignited debate. Some Filipinos question the timing, citing the nation's own economic struggles. Others voice concerns about security, a sensitive topic in a region grappling with its own internal conflicts. Why is the Philippines, a nation of islands with its own unique history, so willing to embrace those fleeing hardship? Is it simply a matter of geopolitical strategy, or does it run deeper, tapping into a wellspring of empathy forged by its own experiences? The Philippines' decision to shelter Afghan refugees isn't an isolated act of charity. It's woven into the fabric of the nation's identity. For centuries, the archipelago has been a haven for those seeking refuge, a testament to its resilience and spirit of Bayanihan, a Filipino concept embodying unity and collective action. The nation's history is replete with examples of embracing those in need. From providing sanctuary to White Russians escaping the Bolshevik Revolution to offering shelter to Vietnamese refugees fleeing the horrors of war, the Philippines has consistently extended a helping hand. This tradition of compassion isn't confined to government policy. It's deeply ingrained in the Filipino psyche. It's the family who opens their home to strangers, sharing their meal and stories. It's the community coming together to rebuild after a typhoon, offering support and solace. What exactly is Operation Allies Welcome? And how does the Philippines' involvement reflect a broader global effort? Is this simply a temporary measure, or does it hint at a more permanent solution for these displaced Afghans? The Philippines' decision to host Afghan refugees is intricately linked to Operation Allies Welcome, a US-led initiative launched in 2021. This program, born out of the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, aims to provide refuge and resettlement to Afghans who aided US efforts during the 20-year conflict. Operation Allies Welcome, a massive logistical undertaking, involves a multi-agency approach. From processing and vetting to resettlement assistance, the program seeks to ensure the safe passage and integration of Afghan allies into American society. The Philippines, by offering temporary haven, plays a crucial role in this complex process. The Philippines' participation in Operation Allies Welcome underscores the global nature of the refugee crisis. It highlights the shared responsibility of nations to provide refuge to those fleeing persecution and seeking a better life. Is everyone in the Philippines on board with hosting Afghan refugees? What are the main concerns and how is the government addressing them? Is there a balance to be struck between compassion and national security? The decision to host Afghan refugees, while lauded by many, hasn't been without its critics. Some Filipinos grappling with economic hardship question the allocation of resources. Others express anxieties about security, particularly in a nation with its own history of internal strife. These concerns, while valid, are being met with reassurances from the government. Stringent vetting procedures are in place to address security risks, and refugees will be housed in designated facilities with appropriate safeguards. The government is also keen to emphasize the temporary nature of the arrangement, stressing that the Philippines is a transit point, not a permanent home. The debate surrounding the Afghan refugees exposes the complexities of balancing humanitarian ideals with national interests. It underscores the need for open dialogue, transparency, and a commitment to addressing both the needs of refugees and the concerns of citizens. Section 5. Echoes of the past. The Philippines and refugee support. Is this the first time the Philippines has opened its doors to those fleeing conflict? What does its history of refugee support tell us about its approach to humanitarian aid? How have past experiences shaped the nation's response to the current crisis? The Philippines' decision to host Afghan refugees isn't an isolated incident. It's an echo of a long-standing tradition of offering refuge to those in need. This legacy of compassion, deeply rooted in the nation's history, provides a lens through which to understand its current actions. From providing asylum to White Russians escaping the turmoil of revolution to offering shelter to Vietnamese boat people fleeing war and persecution, the Philippines has consistently demonstrated a commitment to humanitarian aid. These historical parallels highlight the nation's enduring empathy and willingness to share its resources with those less fortunate. These past experiences have shaped the Philippines' approach to refugee support, fostering a sense of responsibility and a deep understanding of the challenges faced by those forced to flee their homes. Section 6. A world displaced, the global refugee crisis. How does the plight of Afghan refugees fit into the larger global refugee crisis? What are the driving forces behind this crisis, and what does it say about the state of the world today? The plight of the Afghan refugees is but one chapter in a much larger and more tragic narrative, the global refugee crisis. Millions around the world find themselves displaced, driven from their homes by conflict, persecution, climate change, and economic hardship. This crisis, unprecedented in its scale and complexity, represents a collective failure to address the root causes of displacement. It lays bare the inequalities inherent in the global system, the fragility of peace, and the urgent need for international cooperation. The Philippines' decision to host Afghan refugees, while a small act in the grand scheme of things, serves as a poignant reminder of our shared humanity. It underscores the need for nations to work together to find solutions, to address the root causes of displacement, and to offer refuge to those seeking safety and a better life. Section 7. An uncertain tomorrow, a shared hope. What does the future hold for Afghan refugees seeking resettlement? What challenges do they face? And what role can the Philippines play in easing their transition? The future for Afghan refugees in the Philippines hangs in the balance. While they have been granted temporary refuge, their long-term fate remains uncertain. The journey ahead is fraught with challenges, from navigating a new culture and language to rebuilding their lives from scratch. The Philippines, while not a permanent solution, can play a vital role in easing their transition. By providing language training, cultural orientation, and job skills development, the nation can empower refugees to regain a sense of agency and prepare for a brighter future. The success of their integration will depend on a multitude of factors, including government policies, support from civil society organizations, and most importantly, the resilience and determination of the refugees themselves. Section 8. A tapestry of humanity. Weaving a future of compassion. What lessons can be learned from the Philippines' decision to host Afghan refugees? How can this act of compassion inspire others to act? And what does it say about the power of human connection in the face of adversity? The Philippines' decision to host Afghan refugees, though temporary and limited in scope, offers a glimmer of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. It serves as a potent reminder that compassion knows no borders, that empathy can transcend political differences, and that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact. This act of solidarity, however, cannot be an isolated incident. It must serve as a catalyst for greater global action, inspiring nations to embrace their shared humanity and work together to address the root causes of displacement. The global refugee crisis is a complex and multifaceted challenge, but it is not insurmountable. By embracing compassion, fostering dialogue, and working together, we can create a world where every human being has the right to live in safety and dignity, regardless of where they come from or what they believe. The Philippines, through its actions, has shown us the way. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.